Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we'll be counting down our picks for the popular songs with the most long-standing misconceptions.
She gives him loving that his body can handle.
Number 10. It's not about self-gratification. Dancing with Myself, Billy Idol. A lot of music fans and journalists have had a little bit of fun pontificating about the lyrical significance of Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself. The tune, which was originally written and recorded with Idol's former band Generation X, actually isn't about the topic you might have in your head at this moment. Idol told Rolling Stone during a 2014 interview that Dancing with Myself is actually about the struggle of disenfranchised youth during the early 1980s. The music video seems to back up Idol's claims as well. The production, helmed by Texas Chainsaw Massacre director Tobe Hooper, was set in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max-styled wasteland. Number 9. No 9/11 connections. Wake Me Up When September Ends. Green Day.
Summer has come and passed.
Everyone processes music differently, particularly when it comes to the medium of music video, which doesn't always represent a song's specific conceptual content. This is probably why many Green Day fans seem to connect Wake Me Up When September Ends with the tragic events of 9/11. The video storyline of a young man heading off to war makes these connective lines easy to draw.
Wake me up when September ends.
Additionally, the American Idiot LP's themes criticizing President George W. Bush belie the fact that Wake Me Up When September Ends was actually written about the death of Billy Joe Armstrong's father back in September of 1982. It's a situation similar to Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, which has nothing to do with graduation.
But in the end, it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Number 8. Misheard lyrics. Blinded by the Light. Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
Some silicone sister with the manager, mister. Told me you got what it takes.
There's a laundry list of songs out there with misheard lyrics. Jimi Hendrix sings about kissing the sky, not a guy in Purple Haze, while Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit isn't about tomatoes, potatoes, or whatever Kurt Cobain was mumbling. The lyrical snafu of Manfred Mann Earth Band's take on Bruce Springsteen's Blinded by the Light is a bit dirtier. Vocalist Chris Hamlet Thompson's English accent led many fans to believe that he was referencing personal hygiene when he said deuce. Though the line was changed from cut loose like a deuce to revved up, it's still about a Ford Deuce coupe car. Number 7. LSD, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. The Beatles.
Picture yourself in a boat on a river.
John Lennon never pretended that recreational substance use didn't at least partially factor into the Beatles' creative process. That said, it's almost too easy to assume that Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is about tuning in and dropping out. After all, the song shares initials with a certain substance that was popular in the 60s. Thus, Lennon famously went on record stating that the tune was actually in reference to a drawing by his young son, Julian.
This is the truth. My son came home with a drawing and showed me this strange-looking woman flying around. I said, "What is it?" He said, "It's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." And I thought, that's beautiful. I immediately wrote a song about it. The song had gone out, the whole album had been published, and somebody noticed that the letters spelt out LSD.
This hasn't stopped fans of the Beatles from thinking what they want about the song, which does certainly tap into the prevailing psychedelic rock sound of the era.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy in the sky.
Number 6. Career Goals. I Will Always Love You. Dolly Parton.
If I should stay, well, I would only
Here's the question. Does it really matter that Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You actually isn't about romantic love? It's certainly been applied in this context over the years, such as with Whitney Houston's famous version from the Bodyguard soundtrack. Art is no longer the property of the artist after it's been put out into the world. It becomes interpreted by everyone who listens, watches, and takes it to heart. Dolly wrote I Will Always Love You for Porter Wagner, whose self-titled television program helped make Parton a star during her early days. It served as something of a coda for her collaboration with Wagner, a sentiment that parting was such sweet sorrow. Number 5. Watching Behavior, Waterfalls, TLC. The lyrical themes of this song actually run deeper than most fans seemed to think at the time. Radio listeners grabbed onto TLC's message of being careful when it came to their song Waterfalls, but the tune isn't only about watching where you leap for your dreams.
Dreams are hopeless aspirations and hopes are coming true. Believe in yourself, the rest is up to me.
It was also about some very specific issues addressing society at large, including the AIDS crisis. In a 2018 interview with The Guardian, TLC member Chili said that Waterfalls cryptically advises practicing personal responsibility and safety when it comes to sexual behavior. Number 4. No Nostalgia Here, Summer of '69, Bryan Adams.
I got my first real six-string, bought it at the 5 and dime.
You know the old adage, be careful what you wish for? We're almost sorry that we found out about the actual story behind Bryan Adams' hit song, Summer of '69. The tune's melancholic melody and wistful lyrics evoke images of days gone by. The truth behind the song's composition, however, is a far more literal-minded interpretation of the title.
Oh yeah, back in the summer of '69.
Adams wasn't thinking too far away from his own sexual desires when he helped compose the tune with songwriter Jim Vallance. He told Classic Rock's Louder Sound Side in 2020 that Summer of '69 was about exactly that. Vallance, however, first wrote Best Days of My Life about the more wholesome myth. It was Adams who dwelled on one particular aspect of youthful obsession.
Those were the best days of my life. Oh yeah.
Number 3. It's Not Patriotic, Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen.
Going down in a dead man's town. The first kicker took us when I hit the ground.
The boss put it perfectly during a 2019 interview with NPR. Bruce Springsteen explains how songs like Born in the USA were often misinterpreted thanks to the power of their respective choruses. A surface-level listen to the song could very well lead people, such as former U.S. President Ronald Reagan, to assume that Born in the USA is patriotic.
Born in the USA. Born in the USA.
However, Springsteen is actually singing about the plight of returning veterans and the hardships they face adjusting to public sector living. These veterans' feelings of being left behind lurk within Springsteen's verses, but many listeners, for better or worse, never got that far in their interpretations. Number 2, Urban Legend, In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord.
It's perhaps one of the most enduring lyrical misinterpretations of all time, while also remaining one of the most interesting. The story that former Genesis drummer and vocalist Phil Collins once watched a person leave another to drown, only to publicly out them at a concert.
I remember, don't worry.
Truth is more believable than fiction, however, meaning that this actually never happened to Collins. Instead, In the Air Tonight was about Collins's divorce, a tale that he reiterated once again during a 2016 interview with Rolling Stone magazine. Who are we kidding, though? This urban legend will probably never go away.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. It's not a love song. Every Breath You Take, The Police.
Every breath you take, and every move you make.
It's just got to be Andy Summers' complex melodic guitar chord choices that make Every Breath You Take sound less sinister than it was intended to be. How else can we possibly understand why so many people still believe this all-time banger from The Police is still a love song?
Oh, can't you see? You belong to me.
A 2021 article from Far Out magazine reiterated what many die-hard fans of the band already knew, that this is one dark song. Every Breath You Take is actually about stalking and obsession, with songwriter Sting being quoted as saying that he was inspired by surveillance culture during the creative process.
I'll be watching you.
What are your thoughts about how musicians reframe or reevaluate their back catalog as they get older? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.